Hello, everyone. I'm Randy Arrington, and welcome to the 48th episode of Page Valley Livin'. We're here today at Madeline Farms, all dressed up for the holiday season, and we're going to be talking about the details of this Friday night's Downtown Christmas Tree Lighting in Luray, presented by Farmer Tony at Madeline Farms. The holiday season officially comes to life this weekend with dazzling annual celebration that transforms the heart of this small mountain town into a scene straight out of a Hallmark Christmas movie. We'll talk with gentleman farmer that's behind it all, Tony Villa, and who has plans for new additions to the traditional lighting ceremony, including a choreographed light show as well planned for this Friday night. And of course, that lighting tree ceremony coincides in downtown Luray with the annual holiday festival that's being hosted by the Luray-Page County Chamber of Commerce down at the historic train depot. We'll talk details in just a moment, but first, let's hear a word from our sponsor. At Luray Caverns, the Smithsonian Institution said, quote, "It is safe to say there is probably no other cave in the world more completely and profusely decorated than that of Luray. Come see Mother Nature showing off, only at Luray Caverns. Visit them online at luraycaverns.com to plan your trip today." Episode 48 of Page Valley Livin' is being recorded on Monday, December the 2nd, and will air on Wednesday, December the 4th. We'll be talking with Farmer Tony here at Madeline Farms about the new twist on this year's Downtown Luray Christmas Tree Lighting ceremony this Friday night, 7:30 p.m., and it's brought to you by the Luray Downtown Initiative. We'll be talking about all that and so much more in just a moment, but first, let's take a look at this week's headlines. And now looking back at the week that was in the Page Valley. On Sunday, an 84-year-old Luray man was killed in a single-vehicle accident at the intersection of Leaksville Road and West Main Street. Law enforcement officials believe that Ralph Edward Janes may have suffered a medical emergency that caused him to run through the intersection, crash into a fence, and strike a tree just west of the Luray Singing Tower. Janes was transported to Page Memorial Hospital with life-threatening injuries, where he later succumbed to those injuries. Ralph Janes worked as an IT manager at Bell Atlantic for 31 years. He leaves behind his wife, 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. During Monday night's work session, the Page County Administrator Amity Moeller read out the names of 4 county residents who have submitted applications to fill the vacancy left on the Page County Board of Supervisors by the sudden resignation of District 4 Representative Isaac Smeltzer. Among the applications was former District 4 Supervisor Larry Foltz, as well as Kendall Lee McAllister, Susan Kyle, and Michael Painter. The supervisors are expected to appoint a District 4 representative at its next meeting on Monday, December 16th. The appointee will fill the vacancy until a special election can be held next fall to fill Smeltzer's unexpired term through December 31st of 2027. And finally, do you think Page County needs public transportation? Well, if so, then make sure you complete the survey being circulated by the Virginia Regional Transit. The deadline is December the 15th to weigh in on the need in Page County for public transportation system like the one VRT operates in neighboring Shenandoah County. A draft of the study findings is scheduled to be completed next year in 2025. To participate in the survey, visit pagevalleynews.com and see the link provided within the article. In the world of sports, a belated shout-out this week to Luray High School's junior varsity volleyball team, who captured the Bull Run District regular season title and the championship game for the 2nd consecutive year. Congratulations to head coach Jordan Dudley Cook and the Bulldogs. And now looking at the weekend ahead in the Page Valley on Friday, December 6th, from 4 to 8 p.m. at the historic train depot in downtown Luray. The Chamber of Commerce will host its annual holiday festival. At 7:30 p.m. on Friday evening, the Luray Christmas Tree Lighting will take place on the Powell Plaza down the street. And from 7 to 9 p.m. in downtown Luray, it's Music Bingo at Valley Court. On Saturday, December 7th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Christ Episcopal Church is holding a Christmas Bazaar on Amos Avenue in Luray. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can meet Santa Claus down at the Town of Shenandoah Museum on 1st Street. At 6 p.m., the town of Stanley will host its annual Christmas parade down Main. And at 7:30 p.m. in Luray, Performing Arts of Luray will present a live performance by Bobby Sanabria. And finally, Sunday, December 8th, 2 to 4 p.m. out at Cooters in the Valley, just west of Luray, it's bluegrass music being performed live. And that's the headlines for the past week in the Page Valley. And we're back to talk with Tony Villa here out at Madeline Farms about Friday night's Christmas tree lighting in downtown Luray. Tony, thank you so much for talking with us today.
You bet. Happy to be here with you.
Now, there might be one or two folks that have been, don't get out much, maybe don't know who you are and all the things you've done around town. Why don't you tell folks just a little bit about who you are, how you got here, and what you do?
Oh, sure. Happy to do so. So, born and raised in Seattle, made my way across the country to go to school in D.C., and my best friend for so many years, too many years that I want to say, is Isaac. And he and I teamed up out here to buy a beautiful old farm, fix her up, and maybe the world would come and visit, and they do. And so that's how we started Madeline Farms about 10 years ago.
Now, Madeline Farms now I heard you say Madeline. Is it, I'm pronouncing it correction, Madeline Farms?
You're right, it's Madeline Farms.
All right. Now, the thing that I find very interesting about this place is that you rescue animals. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's interesting because we didn't set out to do that. We set out to acquire farm animals, just become a farm, and we were looking for a way to really serve the agricultural community here. And the way we do that is by providing a home for animals who might have found themselves in a rough situation. So we're on the speed dial for animal control, the sheriff's department, ASPCA. They all reach out to us in this entire region. If an animal is looking for a new home, whether it's being rehomed or rescued, we might be the spot for them. And so not only are we hosting guests from all over the world to stay here at the farm, but we're providing a forever home for so many farm animals here in the Shenandoah Valley.
Well, that is wonderful work. That is great to hear.
Appreciate it.
This is a great little farm with lots of interesting animals, but also some beautiful, beautiful holiday decorations. You can't quite see it, folks, but we got a little fire down here crackling, and we got this beautiful Christmas tree and the mantle, and you can't quite see the beautiful wreath above it, but this place is ready for the holidays. And I want to ask you, what is your first Christmas memory?
Well, that is a great question. My first Christmas memory, believe it or not, is from the theater. As a little boy, I was treated to a Christmas Carol at a local children's theater, and I was mesmerized by the colorful lights, all the fog, the low-lying fog, the magical effects where the spirits would appear and disappear, and then, of course, Ebenezer Scrooge, who has a change of heart and ends up celebrating Christmas. It lit something up inside of me as a little boy, and it's carried me through to today.
Our videographer, my daughter, when she was younger, we used to have a tradition every year that we would go see a performance of the Nutcracker.
Oh, wonderful.
When she started dance class, and great holiday tradition. Now, is this your favorite holiday?
By far. This is why I think I am just woven into the fabric of Luray, because this town loves Christmas more than any other town I've known. I fit right in there. I like to start Christmas as early as possible, and no joke, it might stick around till March. We see. This Christmas tree becomes a winter tree in January and February because we love it. We love the warmth. We love the lights. We love the gathering. And so for me, it is by far my favorite holiday.
And when is the Hallmark Channel going to come and film in Luray? Well, they could do it, right?
Well, I think we could provide them with a lot of inspiration and stories. So shout out to Hallmark. Come on out and learn how it's done.
Now, let's talk about how did you first get involved in organizing the Luray Downtown Christmas Tree Lighting?
Well, of course, because I love Christmas, I went to the Christmas tree lighting about 4 years ago. It was heartwarming. It was full of wonderful community members that want to come out and celebrate. And I just felt like I could bring a little magic to the tree lighting, and so I humbly asked for permission from the mayor and from Jackie, the director of LDI.
Right.
They graciously gave me a shot, and I've been doing it ever since.
And you've got a little background in design work and performing arts a little bit that's maybe playing into this.
I do. Ever since I was a little boy and attended that show, A Christmas Carol, I have been an active member of the performing arts community. Many shows under my belt, even a film, and really that carried me throughout my chapter in Washington, D.C. And I paid the rent by working in special events and hospitality.
Okay.
And so, needless to say, I have a passion for telling stories through the magic of lighting and actors and music and dance. And so I'm happy to bring that here to Luray.
And you've been involved with this event now 3 years, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the crowds out on Powell Plaza and at Main and Broad during this event have been getting a little larger and a little larger. Is this accurate?
Well, I certainly hope so, because, I've been working on the Christmas tree lighting since August, believe it or not. And then tomorrow is when the volunteers all come out and we really start building the magic. So we put a lot of work into it. I do not want a single child to miss out on this tree lighting, and so we've really put the word out there.
Yes,
and I hope to really bolster that attendance.
Well, I tell you, folks, if you've been in the past, we're going to be talking about some of these things, but I think you're going to really want to make sure that you're there this year. I want you to tell us about, tell me about the feeling you get when you stand on that stage and you look out at the crowd gathered.
Yeah. Well, it's twofold. I am both terrified and brave. A lot can go wrong at a Christmas tree lighting. You can guess.
Sure.
You get one shot to do it,
Right.
and you're doing it in front of the town.
Right.
So I would say after the fear subsides and I become
Okay.
brave, I am really carried, honest to goodness, by the Christmas spirit here in the community. I really hope that at some point during the tree lighting, that is just a magical event on Friday, that some little girl or little boy is going to witness this and something will light up inside them, and perhaps they'll want to pursue a career in the performing arts and in production and lighting, just like I did and just how I was moved when I was a little child.
That is a great story. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now this year there's going to be some new additions to the lighting. That's what we were teasing a moment ago, including, I quote, a stunning choreographed show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, thank you. This is really, I'm just so impressed by our community. I've worked with an incredible sound engineer, JJ Switzer. He's designed the sound. We have some beautiful, inspiring holiday music that the tree lighting, the lighting of the star are all going to receive. And we have a few surprises and a few Christmas magical illusions that are going to happen as we start to light the tree.
Oh man, you are setting the hook there, boy. I'll tell you what. Now, there's also going to be some live performances as well, right?
You bet. The community really has stood up in so many ways. We have the Luray Community Choir coming on down in full Dickens attire and caroling all around the tree. That's going to start up at the holiday festival at the train depot. And then about 7 o'clock, they're going to be coming down and performing for us. And word is, hopefully, we get a children's choir from up the road.
Oh, wow.
And the rec center to come down and perform as well. They were terrific last year.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great. I hope that happens. Okay. Now, on Friday night, when the switch is flipped, what impact do you hope this event will have on Luray and Page County as a community?
Well, listen, the holidays are a busy time. And we all have a high bar here in town because the houses are beautiful and they're lit up, and so are the Christmas windows. And sometimes we can let the holidays get ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
And that stress or that depression might start to creep in. When that tree lights up, we forget about all that. And we understand why we're here celebrating Christmas. And that's my hope, to really take folks out of their everyday and welcome them into the most beautiful part of Luray, and that's our community Christmas spirit.
Well, we appreciate you providing this event and adding your own touches to it. This Friday night, 7:30 p.m. down at the plaza there at POW, the Performing Arts Center in downtown Luray. Now, we're going to pause for just a moment, come back and play a game called the 5 W's. Will you do that with us?
You bet.
All right, very good. We'll do that in just a moment. But first, another word from our sponsor. At Luray Caverns, you can hear music of symphonic quality from ancient stone formations on the great stalacpipe organ, the largest musical instrument in the world, only at Luray Caverns. Visit them online at luraycaverns.com to plan your trip today. And now we're going to finish up by playing a quick game called the 5 W's.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to ask you 5 quick questions about the who, what, when, where, and why. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Who are going to be some of our special performers on Friday night?
Well, I have 2 of them happen to be right next to me. Miss Hattie and Mr. Isaac right here are actually going to be playing Cindy Lou Who and Timmy too.
Oh my gosh. Hey, can you guys tell me what is your #1 thing on the Christmas list for Santa this year?
Isaac?
Nintendo Switch.
Oh, all right, all right.
Surprise me.
Surprise me. Wow. What an excellent, excellent answer. And I hear you're going to be performing and singing a song on Friday night. Would you be willing to sing a little bit of that song for us?
Yes.
All right. You want to cue them and get them going?
Okay, here we go.
Father Doris, welcome Christmas on Christmas Day. Father Doris, welcome Christmas, Carol's way.
Wonderful. Wonderful,
Oh, I'm in the
wonderful.
Christmas mood. That
Yes,
was great.
that was outstanding.
Good job, you two.
I can't wait to see that on Friday night at the Christmas tree lighting ceremony in downtown Luray. Once again, folks, it's at 7:30. Don't forget, the chamber is going to get started at about 6 up at the train depot with their holiday festival, 6 or 6:30, but then 7:30. Oh boy, is the magic going to happen. Now, Mr. Tony, I have another one for you. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
So easy. It is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin and Bass rendition. It's me with a candy cane since I was 4 years old. I almost wanted to be a dentist. If you know, you know.
Do you guys have a favorite Christmas movie?
Elf.
Elf, yes, that's an excellent one.
Grinch.
Oh, the Grinch. Everybody loves the Grinch, particularly when he gives the gifts back, you know. All right, now, well, let me say first, I heard something about the weather forecast might be changing on Friday night. When might that happen?
Well, we can say that we can't control the weather, but I have a couple connections up top there, and I can say it is a 100% chance of snow as soon as the tree lights. And so bring those kids down, and it's going to be a beautiful winter wonderland.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that as well. 100% now. That's
100%.
100. Okay, all right. Where is the best spot to go see the lights on Friday night?
Well, we want to make sure that everybody has a great view of the tree. And so we have designed this that anywhere around the plaza, you're going to have an excellent view of the Christmas tree lighting. If the crowds are big and you find yourself across the street, make your way across over next to the theater, over to the plaza. We're right there on Main Street and South Broad.
All right, well, we are looking forward to it. And our final question, the why. We always end up on our why. Why is this type of event so important to a community like Luray?
Yeah, well, listen, Luray is such a diverse, beautiful community. One thing that we can all get behind is we love Christmas. We love to light up our hearts and light up our homes and light up those trees. And so this is just a beautiful reflection of that.
Well, thank you so much. We want to say thank you to Tony Villa. Thank you for everything that you're doing for this Christmas tree lighting, and thank you for everything that you do in the community.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Again, folks, 7:30 on Friday evening, 7:30 down at the Plaza at POW at the Rebecca J. Graves Performing Arts Center. And make sure that you get there, get a good spot. They're going to have the Christmas tree having a light show to music. You're going to get to see Hattie and Isaac perform a song down there. And 100% chance of snow? Are you sure?
I promise you, 100% chance of snow.
There you go. You heard it right here, folks. Again, thanks to Tony Villa, and we want to say thanks to Eleanor Arrington for all of her work behind the camera this week and in the editing room. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Page Valley News. Also, share this video and others with friends as well on social media. And finally, we want to make sure that you go down to the Page County Animal Shelter and help all of our furry friends find a forever home. Until next week, I'm Randy Arrington saying, enjoy that Page Valley living.